Hi, guys. Girl, there was water coming out of my washer. I don't know what exactly happened, but I stopped it and mopped up. Thank God it wasn't a lot. And I restarted it and everything's going fine. So I don't know. I think I'm going to have to check that rubber seal thing around the front part that opens. I'm going to check it when I finish here. But so what I'm asking, guys, is no one's in the booth but you. Take care of our girls. If you don't do anything else, think about the females. I'm not saying that abortion is like the end all be all, but it seems that our women's rights are tied to this. If they'll take away Roe versus Wade and they IVF and start messing around with contraception, uh, then we have to get the voters, women's rights to vote are ratified, and if they don't ratify, guess what? We're out the mix. Same thing with black people. If the voters' right amendment doesn't get ratified, we're out the mix. We have to. We we're in this together in this country, and women have contributed, blacks have contributed, and whites have contributed, and to think that our rights could get shut out, it distresses me. And it is distressing. And I'll tell you, if women go back, I'm talking about Susan B. Anthony. You realize my mother was from down south, and there was tyranny. My grandfather told her that women shouldn't go to college. But then on my father's side of the family, it's just the opposite. My father's side of the family, we're like six generations deep of college educated people. And my grandfather's mother attended college. And I'm just it's distressing that after we're gone, that girls may not have any power, and we crippled them because we haven't taught them about this. Women have been fighting in the job market. We still don't get paid the same. I worked for IBM for 24 years. Women don't get paid the same as men. Blacks don't get paid the same as whites. Hispanics don't get paid the same as whites in corporate America. And we've still been fighting the fight. We've contributed to society, the success of America. And we have to get our voting rights ratified every couple of years. Same thing with women. No, no, no. So I'm going to ask you to put country before party, put girls before the party if you can, because if you could see a way, because you'll be up in heaven looking down on girls going, what happened? So we need you girls, women, suck it up and go in the booth and vote blue, please. Please. I know it's difficult for you, but women, we will get left in this on the side. We will get left on the side. Unfortunately. So I did all my things after I got the water up, guys. So it's everything's good with the retinol. I did it. I'm still in my same I haven't run out of retinol or the cream either. I love you guys. I know it's getting crazy, crazy. And we need you to think about the girls of all races. I mean, women are in this, and there are about 13 countries that are run by women. We are behind. America the Great, we're behind in that. I know there's still a lot of countries that women are not being allowed chance opportunities to do things, but our brains work just as good as others. And if you're thinking that, oh, she can't run a war, that's what the Joint Chiefs help them run wars. They specialize in war, and they know. And we have, if you've been watching this Israeli thing, we have given up some really powerful um, equipment. And usually, I'll tell you from the IBM side, research and development for computers. When I worked for IBM, we were throwing in millions of dollars for research and development. And people that worked for IBM and from the 80s until 2000, we saw the personal computer, and IBM owned most most of the companies that were involved, and the research and development came from IBM for that. I always laugh because I say that we should have been in an antitrust suit for the personal computer like the Bell system was for the phones. But when we had financial issues, we were too arrogant to address it properly. And we sold off the Microsoft stock. And can't think of the satellite company that we did. And we had 51% of Intel, the chip company, and they were the only chip company at that time. Um, and so to make our balance sheet look better, we started selling things instead of addressing the sales issues. And then what caught up with us was hardware. The cost of creating hardware dropped tremendously, and we had been primarily focusing on hardware. Now, I told you that I was the manager of a $2 billion Northeast territory in the software area, so I knew how much revenue software, particularly mainframe software, added to the profit statement for IBM. It was hard to convince people to believe that, but I knew. That's how come I ended up being the manager, because our Northeast region failed to corporate audit, because we weren't paying attention to mainframe software. And so we did some we weren't processing it timely, and therefore the profits indicated that in a big way, in a single digit percentage of profit, which it was like 9%. So the corporate auditors came in and they tore them up, and we had to regroup and come back. And I was big in the regroup. Um, but all the time I worked at IBM, research and development was our strongest suit. And unfortunately, that's when we fell off the blue chip stock, the blue chip stock list, that's when Apple, Microsoft, and all of them blew up. So they got our spot. And IBM has not recovered that spot. I mean, we're still big, but even the kids now don't know IBM. They know Apple, they know Microsoft. They know Google, but think about it. If you're in AI, years ago, there was a mainframe computer they called Watson that it started out playing chess, then it was doing statistics, and that was the beginning of AI. I'm sorry, my computer was shaking. But yes, so I want to thank you. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Think about it, girls before party right now. And we have to help you guys get your party back on track. We need a healthy two-party system. We need that. That's what Cheney and them are, why they're reaching across the aisle to Kamala, because we need to collaborate. Times are bad right now in other, when you look at what is happening outside of America, which we don't really have a lot of input, and there's not a lot that we can do for them. We have the thing in Ukraine, but we asked them not to have nuclear weapons, so we have to help them. And Israel, those aren't new. The Ukraine is not new. Israel's not new stuff. It just keeps flaring up because it's every few years it flares up. And so we got work to do, and we need to be able to work together. And that's where we have some issues right now. We need to be able to work together. And our traditionally Republican group, um, they are not able, this is not the same party that we know. Donald Trump has done something, magnetized the party.